Most white people have no idea what it's like dealing with cops. You know, some woman from Minnesota that lives in some small rural community, you know, telling me on Facebook that she has friends that are cops and they're nice. You're in a little town in Minnesota where everybody is friends. You know the cops, you're friends with cops, or it's somebody that like has a cop as a brother. You know, do you know what I'm saying? So you have protection. You have protection. If your dad works on the police force, you have protection. You got nothing to worry about. But for everybody else, or like a white businessman, if you're a white businessman, I have a friend who lives in Williamsburg. He's a white businessman. He doesn't understand what I'm talking about. He can't step outside his shoes and understand what it's like for people that dress like me or that have dark skin. Or do you understand what I'm saying? They're fucking jerks to us. Imagine walking down the street in Brooklyn. This has happened for 20 years. Excuse me, sir, come here. So you have to go over and talk to them. And then they want to go through your pockets. We have no privacy in Brooklyn. That's why I hate being in Brooklyn. And that's why I'd rather be upstate. I'd rather be at my house upstate. And it is. It's because of the New York City police force. I don't trust them. And everybody else that has been dealt with this way doesn't trust them for a reason. I get a cop behind me in my car, you know, in Brooklyn, and my heart starts beating. It sucks. Upstate, oh, it's a cop. You know, I must have been speeding or something. It's no big deal. Do you understand the difference? It sucks. The police force in Brooklyn and New York City, they have no ties to this community, and they just don't care. And hearing Patrick Lynch say this yesterday, you know, in regards to these cops that were killed, it's tragic. I'm sorry, it sucks. But for Patrick Lynch to be saying that it's the mayor's fault and it's the protesters' fault, it's a perfect example of our police force and how they think. You know, instead of blaming the lunatic that shot the poor officers, he blames everybody else. That's what you deal with if you're in Brooklyn. That's why that's why I'm upstate most of the time now. You know, I can't stand walking down the street and being paranoid that the cops are going to fuck with me. And I'm not the only person that feels this way. Ask any male that has darker skin. Ask them, have you ever been harassed by the police? And they'll tell you yes. And then I ask white friends of mine that are female, that are attractive, have you ever been, you know, harassed by... No, nothing. They pick you out. They look at you and they think if you look different or if you look like you have weed on you or drugs on you, they're going to search you. And that's how it is. So before you start passing judgment and saying, oh, those people down there in New York City, they're just complaining about the cops. Their cops are nice. Bullshit. You know, step outside your shoes and step into someone else's shoes. Think about what it would be like if you're walking down the street and all of a sudden you have a cop going through your pockets. It was 20 years of this stuff. That's why I don't want to be in Brooklyn anymore. Do you get it? It sucks. It sucks. It's not right and it sucks.